Gonna do a quick inspection of this hive. This hive is pretty weak. I got it as a cutout from a tree that had fallen down, and I didn't get the queen with them, and then I wasn't able to give them a new queen for quite a bit of time, and by that time a lot of the bees had left. So I'm going to be looking at this hive to see if I need to give them a boost with some additional brood. So what do we have here? We have a small hive beetle. I'm guessing there's probably small hive beetle larvae in here. Let's see if we caught any. There's one small hive beetle in here, but I saw one running around, so it's not necessarily doing 100% of its job. What I'm going to do with this hive is, because I've seen hive beetles in here before, I'm going to... I don't see a lot of larvae in... Yeah, there's one. Make sure we kill them. I'm guessing there's some larvae. Yeah, there they are. I think I'm going to get rid of this. If you get the unscented Swiffers and you put them around the pollen substitute, that's a way of preventing the hive beetles from getting on the substitute. I'm going to take a look at this one. I can already tell it's not doing great, so it could really use a population boost is my guess. It's these cutout frames. That's the problem with doing a cutout is you put these frames in here and they don't fit in properly, and then every time you pull them out it just creates a mess. So I don't think I killed my queen but I very well could have, and that's what happens with these cutouts. What I can do is cut the bottom and try and force it in a little better. So I cut that, and I'm just going to force it down so that the frame sits in here a little flatter. I didn't mount it 100% perfect, but when you're doing a cutout, it's hard to do that, especially when you're in a hurry, trying to get all the bees collected. So I'll push this down. That should make it a little better for future inspections. But then this side is all a mess. Yeah, all these frames are just a mess. I did put a frame of foundation in here, but because of the way the cutout was shaped, the cutout frame was shaped, they're building this weird comb off to the side. So I got to scrape that out, get rid of it, and then put it back in and hope that they build their frames straight. So it's very frustrating with these cutouts. You think, oh, I could save some of the brood, but or some of the comb, give them a head start. It doesn't usually work out that way. There's brood in here, cap brood. There's larva. She's not doing bad. Queen's trying her best. So that was 2 frames of brood. Bunch of eggs in here, but it's only partially drawn. That's nectar, and that's a frame of brood. Definitely want to give these guys a boost. They're kind of languishing. I think what I'll do is I'll put these into a 5-frame nuke box and give them a little smaller space to work with. They're having trouble keeping those hive beetles out, and they really don't need this much space. I think if I do that and then I let them expand into that area, I'll probably take some of this junk comb out of here and then give them a fresh start. This was really too much space for them. So we'll get the nuke ready to set up. I'll move this aside. I want to make sure the queen's not on here. Does not look like it. I put the screen bottom board on to help with the hive beetles. But I think the population is just so low that it's not doing all that much. So I'll convert this to a 5-frame nuke, and we'll see what the best frames are. Probably just keep the frames with brood. Like this one has brood in here. I'll stick this one down, and then I'll put a straight foundation comb right next to it. Try and straighten out the frame before I put any additional frames in here. I'm going to take a beetle blaster, put it in here too. I do not want to encourage hive beetles. This frame is mostly okay, but it's still kind of bowed. Here's a straight foundation comb. I'll stick that right next to this other one that's kind of wonky. And this is a medium frame, but it's totally full of brood, so I don't want to steal that from them. Let's see what else we got here. This one looks like a wonky frame. There's actually a wax moth on here. It's just way too, the population's just way too low in this hive. So I don't think they need this. And I think that those are the only frames I find worth saving. It's kind of like a 3.5 frame nuke here. I will look for another deep frame that I'll stick in here with brood. I think that's going to help them out a bit. I'm getting rid of this wonky frame. Has a lot of honey in here, but it's just really not worth saving. I'll just feed them instead. Get rid of this comb, melt it down.